Friday the 13th. Just whispering the date sends a shiver down the spine. It's a day that has been etched into our collective psyche, a day that many dread and some even fear to the point of altering their plans. It is a day shrouded in superstition, a day feared by many. But why? What is it about this seemingly innocuous combination of day and number that evokes such a visceral reaction? The answer lies in a complex web of history, culture, and psychology. Across the globe, Friday the 13th is considered an unlucky day. This belief is so widespread that it has even influenced architecture and business practices. Many buildings skip the 13th floor, and some airlines avoid having a Row 13. From avoiding ladders to tossing salt over our shoulders, our world is filled with superstitions, but few hold the same power as Friday the 13th. The fear of this day is so ingrained that it has its own term, paraskivedekatriaphobia. Its reputation precedes it, casting a long shadow over our collective consciousness. People often report feeling more anxious or cautious on this day, and some even refuse to leave their homes. But where did this fear originate? The roots of this superstition are tangled and ancient, weaving through history and mythology. Some believe it dates back to the Last Supper, where Judas, the 13th guest, betrayed Jesus, leading to his crucifixion on a Friday. Some point to biblical events, others to Norse legends. In Norse mythology, Loki, the trickster god, was the 13th guest at a banquet in Valhalla, leading to chaos and destruction. Regardless of its origin, the fear of Friday the 13th persists, a testament to the enduring power of belief and the human desire to find meaning in seemingly random events. This day serves as a reminder of how deeply rooted our superstitions are and how they continue to shape our actions and thoughts even in the modern world. Stories of bad luck and eerie coincidences on this day are passed down through generations, adding layers to the mythos. Whether it's a minor inconvenience or a major mishap, these tales reinforce the day's ominous reputation. As we flip through our calendars and mark the days, Friday the 13th stands out, a day that commands attention and respect. It's a day that reminds us of the power of collective belief and the mysteries that still linger in our world. So, the next time Friday the 13th rolls around, take a moment to reflect on the stories and superstitions that have shaped this day. Whether you believe in its unlucky nature or not, there's no denying the impact it has on our culture and our minds. After all, in a world filled with uncertainties, sometimes it's the myths and legends that give us a sense of control, a way to make sense of the chaos around us. And perhaps, that's the true shadow of Friday the 13th. One of the most prevalent theories links Friday the 13th to the Last Supper. This significant event in Christian tradition is believed to have set the stage for the ominous reputation of this date. 13 individuals were present at this fateful meal, Jesus and his 12 disciples. The number 13 in this context became a symbol of an incomplete and unlucky gathering. The following day, Friday, Jesus was crucified. This tragic event, occurring on a Friday, further intertwined the day with sorrow and misfortune. This confluence of events cemented the association of Friday and the number 13 with betrayal, misfortune, and death in the minds of many. The betrayal by Judas, one of the 13 present, added a layer of treachery to the already grim narrative. Norse mythology offers another possible origin story. The rich tapestry of Norse legends provides a different yet equally compelling explanation for the fear surrounding Friday the 13th. Legend tells of a grand feast in Valhalla, the Hall of the Slain Warriors, hosted by the god Odin. This feast was a celebration of the gods and their victories, a symbol of divine order and harmony. 12 gods were invited, but Loki, the god of mischief and chaos, arrived uninvited, bringing the total number of guests to 13. His unexpected arrival was not just a breach of etiquette, but a harbinger of chaos. Loki's presence disrupted the feast, ultimately leading to the death of Balder, the god of light and joy. Balder's death was a catastrophic event, plunging the gods into mourning and despair. This tale further solidified the association of the number 13 with chaos and misfortune. The death of Balder, caused by Loki's trickery, became a powerful symbol of the destructive potential of the number 13. These ancient stories, passed down through generations, continue to influence our perceptions of Friday the 13th. The blend of Christian and Norse mythologies has created a rich cultural tapestry that shapes our superstitions and fears. Whether through the betrayal at the Last Supper or the chaos at Valhalla's feast, the number 13 and the day Friday have become deeply embedded in our collective consciousness as symbols of misfortune and treachery. This enduring legacy reminds us of the power of stories and their ability to shape our beliefs and fears across centuries. Throughout history, numerous unfortunate events have occurred on Friday the 13th, further fueling the superstition surrounding this date. In October 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered the arrest of the Knights Templar, a powerful and wealthy order of knights. Many were tortured and executed on accusations of heresy and other crimes. Centuries later, on Friday, September 13, 1940, Buckingham Palace was bombed during World War II. While King George VI and Queen Elizabeth were unharmed, the event shook the nation and reinforced the perception of the day as one of ill omen. These historical events, though likely coincidental, have contributed to the enduring fear surrounding Friday the 13th. Each misfortune seemingly validates the superstition, further embedding it in our collective consciousness. The number 13 carries a heavy weight of superstition across numerous cultures. In many Western societies, it is considered unlucky to have 13 guests at a table, with some even going so far as to set an extra place setting to avoid tempting fate. This fear, known as triskaidekaphobia, is surprisingly common. In some cultures, the number 13 is associated with femininity and the lunar cycle, which consists of 13 lunar months in a year. This association can be seen as both positive and negative, reflecting the duality often attributed to feminine energy. However, in other cultures, such as Chinese culture, the number 13 is associated with good luck and prosperity. This demonstrates the cultural relativity of superstitions and how beliefs can vary drastically across different parts of the world. While Friday the 13th is often associated with misfortune, it is also a day marked by triumph and achievement. This duality is what makes Friday the 13th so fascinating. It is a day that has seen both the depths of despair and the heights of success. On Friday, October 13, 1970, a cyclone devastated East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, claiming the lives of an estimated 300,000 people. This natural disaster was one of the deadliest in history, leaving a lasting impact on the region and its people. However, this tragic event also sparked international aid efforts, bringing the world together in a show of solidarity and compassion. Countries from around the globe sent aid, volunteers, and resources to help the survivors rebuild their lives, highlighting the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The people of Bangladesh demonstrated incredible strength and determination as they worked to recover from the disaster. Similarly, on Friday, June 13, 1980, the iconic film Friday the 13th was released. This film, which played on the superstitions surrounding the date, quickly became a cultural phenomenon. While the film capitalized on the superstitions surrounding the date, it also tapped into a deeper cultural fascination with fear and the unknown. The success of the film led to numerous sequels, spin-offs, and a lasting legacy in the horror genre. It also spawned a successful franchise and became a cultural phenomenon in its own right. The Friday the 13th series has since become synonymous with horror, influencing countless other films and media. These examples illustrate the complex relationship we have with Friday the 13th. It is a day that can evoke fear and superstition, but also one that can inspire resilience and creativity. It is a day that defies easy categorization, embodying both the light and dark aspects of human experience. Whether it is seen as a day of bad luck or a day of triumph, Friday the 13th continues to captivate our imaginations. A day that can be both fortunate and unfortunate, depending on perspective and individual experiences. For some, it is a day to be feared and avoided, while for others, it is a day to be embraced and celebrated, depending on perspective and individual experiences. This duality is what makes Friday the 13th so intriguing. It is a day that challenges our perceptions and forces us to confront our fears and beliefs. Whether we see it as a day of doom or a day of opportunity, Friday the 13th remains a powerful symbol in our culture.